We are starting this video with a lucky drop. Let me see what I get. Please be something good. It's a rare. A rare could still be a legendary wild card. And it is, yo! I was not expecting that. And while pushing trophies, I would like to actually talk about evolutions because the day I'm recording this video is June 1st, and June of last year, 2023, was actually when evolutions were first released. So card evolutions have basically been in the game for a year now, which is really interesting. It feels like time has flown by, and evolutions have remained controversial throughout that entire time. And I just want to talk about them and kind of what I think about evolutions, right? So I'll be honest, I think evolutions, I still enjoy them. That is controversial. That is absolutely a controversial take. I think they're fun. Like, my goal when I play video games is to have fun. My goal is to have fun. Like, I do enjoy competing to an extent. Like, I play ranked in Apex Legends. I kind of enjoy that. But ultimately, I play video games to have fun. And evolutions, for me, made Clash Royale a little bit more fun, because it takes cards that already exist in the game and it makes them slightly different. Now, some evolutions don't make the card too different at all. What's an example? Well, Evo Firecracker in my deck, she still functions in a similar way. It's just the splash from her attack is a lot stronger. Looking at an Evo like the Evo Wizard, it just kind of has a shield, and that shield is nice, but it doesn't add too much. The Evo Zap just does the zap, but 3 times. But then you have Evos like the Evo Battle Ram, where it completely makes the card insane and otherworldly. And that can be a good thing and a bad thing. I still think the biggest problem with evolutions is their balance. When they were released, there were only 4 of them. It was Firecracker, Royal Giant, Barbarians, and what was the 4th one? Skeletons, yes. And basically all 4 of those became some of the best cards in the entire game. Just instantly like that. Crazy how that works, isn't it? But they definitely have gotten more balanced over time. We had periods when some evolutions were like dominant for so long, like the Evolve Knight. I think the Evo Knight's still really good, but it's not nearly as good. And this last kind of wave of balance changes we had, which I guess was in April or so, that really did a good job of fixing that problem. Pretty much all Evos were nerfed in some way, whether it was their health, their cycles, things like that, which is good. I'm a fan of that. But then, of course, you have the issue of people complaining that people did all this to upgrade their Evos, and now they're getting nerfed. But that's going to be a problem in any video game. At this point, I don't think it does any good to complain about it. Just accept it. That's kind of how I feel about it. But I guess with Evos, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, of course. Here we go. The big problem with Evos, though, still is they are difficult to obtain, and the new one is locked behind a paywall. Like, that is not good. I wish it was kind of like how Brawl Stars used to do when they had hypercharges. Basically in Brawl Stars, so hypercharges, they function somewhat similarly to evolutions in Clash Royale. Not really, but just for comparison's sake, we're going to say that they do all right. And whenever a new update for Brawl Stars would release, they'd introduce 5 new hypercharges. Then they would do this thing called the Hypercharge Unleashed Challenge, where if you like activated a hypercharge 20 times in a challenge where they were all unlocked, then you would get 1 hypercharge for free. And I think that would be cool if Clash Royale could do something like that, where whenever there's a new like update, not like a season, but like a new update, there's like some sort of challenge where you would get like 1 evolution for free. It would be completely random, but a free evolution with every update would be nice. So that way you're guaranteed at least a couple evolutions per year. Now, you can still guarantee yourself a couple evolutions per year anyway through the season shop. because you can buy one wild shard in the season shop every season, and then you can buy the other shard as well. So like, I think for this upcoming season, it's going to be Evo wall breakers that are in the season shop. So you can just get a Evo wall breaker shard and then a wild shard. So that's like 2 shards right there. And that's nice, but when you have to spend your resources from the season shop on that, it takes away progression from other areas that you could be doing, you know? We got this bat emote right here. I'm going to spend my gems on this. I think it's worth it even as a free-to-play player. Evolution shards are good. And that kind of segues me into another point. These things they've been doing recently, like we had that Royal Giant event. Now we have this bats event. I think these events are great. Like genuinely, I am a huge fan of them. Allowing players to get card evolutions by grinding and by logging in every day and playing the game. That is how it should be. Now, the last Royal Giant event, that was like insane value because you got a full evolution and a magic coin for like 90 gems. And I think they realized that was too much value because with this bats event, it's 100 gems to unlock all the rewards and you only get 3 Evo bat shards. And I'm still not going to complain. 100 gems for 3 Evo shards plus everything else you get is really good value. But that Royal Giant event was insane value. And honestly, if these events and things like this, if they keep doing them like every so often, like once a season, you don't have to do them like all the time. If they did them like once a season, that would be awesome. Because the biggest gripe I've always had with evolutions is that, yes, they're fun, but not a lot of people can play them. And when they can play them, they're normally limited to only using 1 or 2 of them because that's as many as they've been able to acquire. So yeah, card evolutions, it's taken them a year. It's taken them a year, but I think their implementation within the game has gotten a lot better. I'm still not a fan of the new evolution for whatever season it is being like locked behind the diamond pass. I'm still not a fan of that. That's not very epic and swag, but apart from that, things are getting better, which makes me happy. So what else we're gonna yap about while we finish this game? So I started my internship this past week. Wednesday was my first day. So my first week was only 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the first few days went pretty well. I'm not going to share too much about it because, you know, I don't want to get fired. But it's cool. I've already made some friends with other interns, which is nice. I have a really chill boss. Everyone in my department's really chill. They're super helpful, willing to help out. I can ask them questions and they won't yell at me, which is great. And yeah, honestly, the biggest thing for me, since I've done an internship before, I kind of know what to expect with that. The biggest thing for me I talked about in a previous video was the fact that I'm living somewhere different. And it's more so just getting used to that. And getting used to, you know, living 7 hours away from the rest of my family and just kind of thugging it out. That's the best way to put it. But we're dominating Trophy Road. We are just absolutely dominating. Did I get that champion chest? Yes, I did. That is awesome. That is epic. What champion am I going to get? Please give me a Little Prince isn't even an option. That's great. Golden Knight. I use him in my war decks. That's fine. I'll take it. What's the clan doing? Not much really. Yeah, this video gonna be short.